Je m'appelle Laura. Je suis le chef dans mon food truck, Ajumama. And sorry, I had to flex a little with my ancient college French one. My name is Laura. I am the chef owner of Ajumama Food Truck. Here tonight with your trust fall, which is a mashup of French Korean influenced and inspired dishes. Something that some people know about me, some people don't. I do have a professional classical French training background, and I did study in France only for 2 weeks, but it was enough. And I certainly have an appreciation and respect for basically what is my mother cuisine professionally. So what we have tonight are some dishes that are inspired by French classics, some dishes that are inspired by Korean with a little French twist, and a whole lot of help, which I have to say from the beginning, from Avishar, our very own Columbus's top chef, who helped me out with one of these dishes, and I am forever grateful and appreciative of his assistance. So, starting with our first two items, the first one is radishes with, traditionally in French cuisine, you see this with a salted butter as an appetizer. Tonight, ours is with a doenjang, which is a Korean fermented soybean paste, so it is very salty. It has that component. It's a little bit funky. It's a little chunkier than miso. We've mixed that in with butter and honey, and so there's this just lovely balance of sweet, salty, funky. You get the bite of the radishes, the crunch, the smoothness and fattiness of the butter. It just all works really well together. The other item that is a part of that is a pork rillette. If you're not familiar with a rillette, similar to a confit, where the meat is cooked in fat, its own fat, and then sealed into a small crock. And this was a way in the old days before refrigeration to preserve meat for months at a time, because the fat provided a air-free environment. Tonight ours is with pork, and it's mixed with perilla seeds or wild sesame. It's a very common pairing in Korean cuisine, and it just works really well together. There's this kind of herbaceous nuttiness to the perilla seeds when they're ground up that works really well with the pork. And this is going to be served with some crackers and bread from Matija Breads, my buddy Matt Swint, who makes the best bread in Columbus. The next course is a take on a dish that I had in Korea a number of years ago, where it was a kabocha squash, or they call them pumpkins, or hobak, a whole one stuffed with smoked duck. And then the whole thing is charcoal roasted until it's really nice and tender, served with a kind of a spicy mustard sauce and some or greens on the side to eat it with. So tonight what we have for you is smoked duck and pumpkin and greens and the mustard sauce, so that you can try it together yourself. This was just a really unique dish that I had at some restaurant in the country, somewhere east of Seoul. My aunt took us to it. I don't know the name of it, but it was one of those places that they only make so many. When they're done for the day. She had to reserve it. We actually ate ours so fast that we never got a picture of it. And if you go to my Instagram, I have the one picture from that meal that we took after we ate ours. My dad borrowed the one that the ladies behind us had gotten for a picture. So please go check that out. It's really kind of funny, and it's definitely in the days before everybody took pictures before they ate. It was more about, let's just eat. And last but not least is the most classically French thing ever, creme brulee. But this is a creme brulee that has been infused with roasted barley. And roasted barley is a very common item that's used for tea in Korea. You'll often see it at restaurants. It's called boricha. You can always ask for it. Sometimes they'll do it hot, sometimes they'll do it cold. It's just got that really nutty, malty deliciousness to it. And so that's been infused into the cream, and then obviously bruleed or burned on the top to give you a ridiculously classic French dish that is just quintessential. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy everything, and have a great night. Bonjour!